Wanted to explain a little bit what is happening with the data uploads. The good news is we do have data in Salesforce. So if I can find where that desktop is, let's see how close we are. So if we take a look at our Apex jobs, we've got, hey, we're most of the way done with the Harmony data. So Harmony data is being processed now as I'm making this video. ImageNet 6 data is already in there. That doesn't mean that every single thing in the spreadsheets is populated. I'm just kind of doing the best I can, and we're going to have to fill in kind of a lot of gaps, and we're going to have to change some of this as well. So that's kind of why I'm explaining it, so I can sort of explain what we need to change. This is kind of the process here, and I recorded a video a minute ago, and it was super long and really hard to follow, and I figured this would be easier. So basically what we start with is a bunch of spreadsheets. They're loosely connected and have all the data in them somewhere, but it's not super easy to parse through. So we got to get that in something usable, and the easiest way to manage that is to create what we've got here, which is just a flattened file. So the lowest common denominator is this license key. We're going to need a record for every license key, and as long as we can get the rest of the associated data on this same line with it, then we have all the information we need to match it to accounts, to match it to hardware, to sites, right? We just need each row to look the same, and then we can manage it. So that's what we've created, and I've done this for the Harmony data as well as the ImageNet 6 data, and we have different gaps with either one. So for example, a lot of these have blank information, and actually there's a lot of other records that I already took out of here that just have no match. Well, actually it's these blank ones. So these blank ones here, they don't have any account information to match on, but it looks like most of them are testing, show computer, synergy, training. Anyway, so we've got some of the data is valid in here. We also have this number of users, Synergy, Harmony license, Glaucoma license fields, all on the same, attached to the same key. I don't really know what that means. I'm just using this as the license number. And so we'll have more to figure out, and we're going to need to come back in and adjust these batches. But we've done this for both sets of data, created these flat files, and then we've created objects in Salesforce that line up with these flat files so we can just load the data in, and then we're done with the data loader. It keeps things simple, so that way we don't have to do all kinds of VLOOKUPs and try to manage external keys and load in one object at a time. That sounds terrible. It's easier to just take all the data we know about, make an object, load everything in, and then we'll manage it once it gets to Salesforce. So start with a bunch of spreadsheets, make the flat files, load them into objects that we've created, and then we just do all the magic in Apex, which makes my life a lot easier and also makes it much more repeatable. So I've got a batch for Harmony and a batch for ImageNet 6. And they're both a little different because the data looks a little bit different, but effectively they end up at the same place: creating accounts or associating to existing accounts, creating necessary sites, creating assets for hardware, for software, product registration records, license keys, and then doing the license key association to attach this to everything else we care about. So that's all working, and that has generated data for the Harmony data and the ImageNet 6 data. But like I'm saying, we're definitely going to need to go back in, nuke everything that we've created so far, and add some more fields so we have some more contextual information. Figure out like what license count should I be, what user count should I be using to actually populate licenses. What do we need to worry about expiration dates for the ImageNet 6 ones? Right now, we don't have any product information on the ImageNet 6 one, so I don't know which product is a parent of what other licenses. What should the asset hierarchy look like? So we'll need to circle back and make some adjustments to these, nuke everything that we've got and rerun them. And then I'm also thinking it might just make the most sense to not try to move all of these complicated relationships over to production, but we just basically take the flat files, load those in production, and let our batches do the work for us instead of spending lots of time trying to move records around. So that's what we've got. Like I said, data is in there. There's some data. We can probably start doing some testing. I don't feel like it's completely representative of the picture of reality and what these customers actually own. But this is a good starting spot, and we can make adjustments from here. So let me know if you've got any questions. Hopefully this makes sense. We can continue figuring out how to get the rest of the data we need next time we chat. So thanks.